Hello, it's Dr. Darnise. Welcome back into the channel. I know I've been gone for a minute, haven't made a video in a good while, but I'm back. Got some things to tend to. Number one, a vacation. Anyways, new Pope. I wanted to come on and talk about the new Pope. Pope Leo the 14th has been announced today out of the Vatican. So this is big news. And I know many people who watch this channel might be like, I don't care about the Catholic Church. Well, you kind of have to care about the Catholic Church, or at least who is the Pope, because it's a power position. And this is a power game, right? The people who are in leadership around the world, we have to pay attention to them because as we see what happens when we don't pay attention, right? People get elected to positions and run away with the world. And so it is good news that this Pope, who is an American, the first ever American Pope, and it is good news that this person is progressive leaning. He is, relatively progressive, considering that he is a has been a Catholic priest and a cardinal for his lifetime, and then he is now the Pope. I mean, the Catholic Church is certainly not the most progressive organization on the planet, but within the confines of Catholicism, this person served under Pope Francis as his sort of right hand man. And we can say, therefore, that they're somewhat aligned in their understanding about social justice and taking care of the poor. In fact, the fact that he chose the name Leo is this Pope's aligning himself with the previous Leo, Pope Leo the 13th, who was also committed to taking care of the poor, at least. So we have a Pope, a newly installed Pope, who is at least of the mindset that one should be attentive to the needs of the least of these. And we know that what we've been seeing lately in our world is a explosion, really, of authoritarianism, of conservatism all over the world. And to resist that, we have those of us who want to resist authoritarianism, we will take this Pope as a win. This Pope Leo the 14th, we will take him as a win for more progressive leaning people, and for a Pope who has a vision about prioritizing the needs of the people and the needs of the poor in particular. So, as we saw, Pope Francis before him was considered progressive. Many people did not, many conservatives did not really appreciate the work of Pope Francis because he tried to be a more progressive pope, and he tried to be embracing of people who had been marginalized and left out. And so this Pope Leo the 14th seems to be setting himself up into that same order. He comes out of the Augustinian tradition. Priests have a certain order. I always say to my students, you can think of it like a fraternity, right? Priests have individual orders to which they belong. So the previous pope was Jesuit. This was an Augustinian. If you don't know, if you haven't been following me before, even if you have, maybe you didn't realize that I've been teaching at a Catholic university for many, many years, pretty much the entirety of my professor career. I've been at a progressive Jesuit university in Los Angeles until recently. And so I have been pretty much immersed in Catholicism and, you know, the workings of the Catholic Church and Catholic education for I don't know what it is now, 20 years at least. So, as I speak on these things, I am somebody who knows to some degree, right? I have some expertise. I'm not a scholar on the papacy, as it's called, but I have some specialized knowledge and experience from working around Jesuits. Well, and even before that, now that I recall, even before teaching at a university for so long, before that, when I was still in my doctoral program, I worked for the University of San Francisco, and they are also a progressive Jesuit institution. Anyway, so yeah, the world keeps on turning. The world is moving at a very fast pace. This was a very fast election of a pope. Normally, it takes a long time for the cardinals to get themselves on one accord and choose a person. They did so very quickly with this person, and so again, I think that says something as well about the nature of the world that we live in. Things are moving very quickly. These power games are, happening around us at such a rate that they probably said, "Look, we don't have time to argue amongst ourselves. We need to get on one accord and we need to keep moving because things are happening around the world that we need to address immediately." So I did want to just come on here and give you a little bit of my take on this new pope. Again, someone who is an American, who is progressive. That is good news. Whether or not you're a Catholic, it is good news to have a person in leadership who is in worldwide leadership who is progressive. And I will say this as well. When he just addressed the world, he spoke in Latin and Spanish and Italian. He did not speak in English, right? And I have a mentor who, is already saying, "See, I told you, you need to be polyglots," right? The word polyglot means someone who speaks multiple languages. It is important, as y'all know, I'm always talking about the importance of reading and of educating ourselves. This man just got up and addressed the world, and he did not speak in English. Okay. It reminds the world and it reminds this administration that, you overreach yourself, right? The United States of America, you overreach when you think that, you dominate, right? So he came in with another message. He himself has been immersed in Peru for decades of service as a missionary and decades of service in Peru. Obviously, he would speak Spanish and yeah. So there's a little something in that too. Maybe I'll speak on that after next week. But let me just wrap it up. And I want to thank y'all for watching. And I'm going to make some more videos for y'all. So I hope you will stay tuned. Bye for now.